It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
It's a battle for the Hightstown Cup here from Hightstown as the Rams look to snap a 7-game losing streak as they take on their cross-street rival in Peddie, both standing at 9-13. And the Hightstown Cup on the line. Hightstown winning it last year. They're looking to retain it this year as they take on Peddie. This game sponsored in part by Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford Subaru, the Revere Restaurant, the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Team Toyota, the Trentonian, Simplicity Funeral Home, Inner Drive Hoops, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, and Mako in Ewing. Great to be with you. Keith Noonan alongside Nick Gallagher. And Nick, before we get things kicked off here, very intriguing matchup. Yes, Hightstown is really struggling. Peddie is 3-2 in their last 5. They've got some scorers. What can Hightstown do to finally get over the hump and win a game?
Well, Keith, it starts down low with their big man, Robert Eves, coming in at 17.5 points per game and averaging almost 11.5 rebounds per game. He has been the engine for them this season to kind of stay in a lot of these matchups. They have struggled this year, but it really has been him, a mix of Yasan Elosini as well, coming in at 10.5 points per game, 6 rebounds and 4.5 assists. He really can distribute the ball all over the court, and really they got to get off to a fast start. They've been off to a lot of slow starts. They've been in a lot of these contests this year, but for them it's to go down low and Elosini to distribute and get his teammates open for shots.
And I mean, this was a team coming in that really had high expectations. Obviously, Don DeLeo coming in after doing a nice job the past few seasons. And, you know, with the talent, like you mentioned, with Reese and Robert Eves down low, I mean, they've got a good combination of guard to big men play. And the last 7 games, I mean, really only one of them has been within 2 or 3 possessions. So it has been tough. And obviously, Reese has dealt with some injuries, as has a lot of other teams. So how are they going to counter this Peddie team that has a good mix as well? I mean, they've got Raja Coleman, 12 points per game, Niall Coleman, 17 points per game, and of course the 1,000-point scorer in Noah Payne. He's averaging 23.
Well, they got to take care of the basketball, Keith. I did the Nottingham game just last week, actually, with Hightstown. They had a lot of turnovers in that game and a lot of sloppy play as the game progressed. They have to make the good passes, find the teammates, maybe make the extra pass in some of those cases, and just find the open teammates and really protect the basketball, especially down low when you know you're going to get double-teamed. Peddie's going to double-team Eves and Reese all night. So really protecting the basketball and kind of getting those extra possessions and kind of running the floor and really slowing the game to their pace.
Yeah, I wonder what the pace of this game is going to be, because obviously I have not seen Peddie. You have not seen Peddie. We don't cover Peddie a lot. But clearly on paper, this team likes pretty darn good team, even though they are 9-13. But they had to run into Roselle Catholic, I believe, last week. Roselle Catholic, almost always a top 3 team in this entire state, and they scored 107 points on them. So you can kind of throw that one out, right? I mean, you have a matchup like this where the crosstown rivals, I mentioned cross-street rivals because they're only 0.8 miles away from each other. So obviously a tough schedule for both of these teams. You know, Don DeLeo always likes to play a very difficult schedule out of conference as well, and this is another good matchup for that.
Yeah, I mean, with this Peddie team, a quick little nugget about them this year, 10 out of their 13 losses have been by double digits, but 6 out of their 9 wins have been by double digits. So you kind of know what they're going to be like pretty early on. If they're going to be in the game, they're going to score quickly and score often. I mean, just a quick number, they're averaging 64 points per game, but again, it's all depending on their schedule. But just a quick note, some of their score totals have been 90, 81, 86, 82, 84, 80, and 112. So this team at this level in an 8-minute quarter in a high school to score that many points that often this season, whether they're wins or losses, I mean, it's kind of scary when you're looking at it, even though they're only a 9-13 program.
Yeah, no question, and that's why it's one of these games where you're going to roll the ball out there and just kind of see what happens, because the last few games, as I mentioned, have not been tight for Hightstown, and you know, Don DeLeo thinking this one's going to be
within probably 3 to 5 points, and I can't blame them. It certainly looks that way. Now quickly, before we get to the tip, I just got to mention, Mercer County Tournament seedings came out just a few hours ago, and not too much of a surprise, maybe 1 or 2 teams that you're a little surprised about, but Nick, as I go through the list, you let me know afterwards. Trenton, obviously number 1. They're going to be the number 1 seed. They beat Ewing, and they beat, I believe, St. Thomas Aquinas last night, who was a top 4 team in the state. So they're going to move up probably into that top 10 in the entire state. Ewing number 2, Notre Dame number 3. They're playing very good basketball. Robbinsville 4, 5 is Hamilton West, Nottingham 6, West Windsor Plainsboro South getting the 7th seed, and kind of a surprise, Princeton Day getting the nod for the 8th seed. So anything that you take away from that, sir?
Well, yeah, I mean, we always talk about the Mercer County Tournament. These coaches really play a factor just as much as the players do, and it really does start with most of these coaches who have been experienced. But Keith, in the last couple of seasons, we've seen some strange things happen down at the Cure Auto Insurance Arena, and really, you can almost throw away. I mean, it is a second season almost. I mean, you play the regular season to get there and get that seed, get the buys and play in. But really, I mean, yes, Trenton Central has been the dominant team. They just beat Ewing last week in a pretty convincing fashion game. But Dale Young has always been a good coach. You always have to watch out for Nottingham. You just never know with Chris Robb what he's got up his sleeve come tournament time. Notre Dame, of course, is always maybe a questionable Cinderella. They have that chance to compete down low with the bodies they have and the leadership they have. But Trenton Central, it's their tournament to lose. I will say that. They should win it, but it's their tournament to lose. And there's been times in the last couple seasons that I've at least been with WBCB where Trenton Central looks like the favorite, and then they have that slow game in the late second half of the tournament where they kind of choke things away. So it's their tournament to lose. Watch out for Notre Dame. Robbinsville's always dangerous with their experience and their coaching staff. So it really could go a couple different ways this year.
No question, and any of those teams could really be upset too. And I can't remember a team really outside of maybe TCPA the past few years when they were dominant that really you can go into the tournament and say it's theirs to lose. This time it's Trenton, and I don't think they've had a game maybe outside of maybe last night where you say it's their game to lose.
No, they haven't.
That's how good they've been.
Exactly, and they showed it. I mean, that's what you want. You want to see this week in and week out and game in, game, and Trenton Central has done that this year, and they really have a good group of guys around that program to really progress them this year.
It's a great atmosphere for a game. Peddie has their student section ready, and of course, you look over at Hightstown, Nick, and if you want to pan over to them, their bleachers completely full with super fans as we get set for the starting lineups. And Don DeLeo, he told me before, he said this is going to be as good of a basketball atmosphere as you're going to see in this area, because he knew the fans were going to be out big time, and it's one of those games, Nick, where you don't even really worry about the record.
No.
Because both of these schools have a trophy that's sitting right there in the middle of half court, and that's important to them.
Yeah, I mean, you show the spirit that these teams have. The Hightstown bleachers have been filled today. Even Pettie's got a nice little student section in the cells tonight. These two teams actually met once. It was last year on February 2nd where Hightstown won 75-74. I don't recall what the records were at that exact moment last year, but you really do want to throw these records out when it comes to any kind of rivalry matchup, especially cross-town.
Starting lineup getting introduced. Noah Payne first out. Noah Payne, 1,000-point scorer. 23 points per game. Zach Davis, who is playing. We were told that he had a little bit of an ankle issue, but he's back. This should be his first game back in a little bit. Tyler Kowal also getting the start. Raja Coleman, 12 points per game, another guard. And Niall Coleman, 17 points per game. This Peddie team looks like they've got a combination of some size and really solid guard play on paper, at least. And you get ready for the explosion as they introduce Hightstown.
Out goes Ayu Singh, getting the start. Normal starter for Hightstown. Orlando Hernandez. Good forward down low. Yasin El-Hassani getting the start as well. There's Robert Eves, the big man. And of course, Keenan Reese. Might have gotten the biggest ovation out of them all. But it's well deserved because he has been their top player. Him and Eves have kind of shared that duty. As we will step aside for the national anthem, we'll take a timeout, come back with the tip from Hightstown after this.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. 1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
All right, getting set for tip from Hightstown. The trophy is in Don DeLeo's hands right now, and he hopes that it is in about an hour and a half from now as well. And I guess they're going to do a little group photo here. Seeing as you can walk over to Peddie from this location. That's how close these schools are. And the crowd rife with anticipation. And again, Nick, it's just one of those games, as Don DeLeo raises it up, that you don't even have to worry about the record. You see how passionate the fans and everybody are about this game. It's almost kind of like a Lawrenceville, Notre Dame. It's kind of Hamilton West, Nottingham. It's that kind of feel.
Yeah, it is. And we don't come out here too often here. But when we do, it's big games like this that matter to the community around it. And it just makes it that much better for us in the experience overall.
Eves and Davis set to do the tip. Both teams 9 and 13. Both teams fighting for the Cup of Hightstown. And here we go. El-Hassani with it. Hightstown starts with it first. Up top, Eves. Fires right, El-Hassani. Reese, open. Passes left into the hands of Eves out on the wing. Eves over to Hernandez. Swinging it around the arc.
Reese looking for someone, guarded well by Davis. Down on the block, Eves floats it up, good! Off glass, first blood drawn by the Rams. Quickly up ahead, shot for three, in and out by Davis. Good rebound by Eves. Took it away from Coleman. Elisini running the point, Coleman's on him. Dribbles around him for the moment. Passes left. There's Singh, stolen. Up ahead. Easy layup, good by Payne. Payne averaging 23. He's going to get his, Nick.
Yeah, he is. I mean, Payne comes in almost averaging a double-double a game, and he's just been a machine for Peddie all season long. Very consistent player for them.
Elisini swings it right. Long jump shot. In and out for Reese, and Davis might have got away with a little push, but he grabs the rebound. Coleman, long three, drains it! Oh, that was deep on the left wing. No problem at all, 5-2. Early Peddie lead. Reese steps in, nice move, and he finishes. 5-4. Coleman walking it up. Into the corner. Bounce pass in, Kowal. Davis, corner three, it's short. Rebound picked up by Elisini. Driving in and a foul. Gonna get Kowal on the foul. Not surprised at all about the pace of this game so far. Elisini floats it in, jumping up, stolen away, Coleman. Coleman one-on-one with Reese. Floats it up and good with the left hand. What a shot. Seven of 4. Hightstown trailing, and Elisini lost it off his knee. Good job by Payne with good defense.
Couple early turnovers for the Rams. Got to do better.
Davis in the corner, floats it back up top into the front court. Coleman. They fired into the corner. Coleman for three, short. Off the front iron and picked up by Reese. Floats it ahead. Singh has trouble with the pass, keeps it alive. Down on the baseline, and Davis with a steal. Davis gets it ahead. High to the rim and can't score. Payne. Reese on the break. 3-on-3. Passes left. Singh baseline jump shot falls. 7-6. Up ahead quickly. Coleman with a layup. Hernandez got in the way, but Hightstown was not back. 9-6. Elisini working on Payne. Bounce pass down to the left corner. Eves drives in, falling away. Beautiful. 9-8. 4 minutes, 30 seconds. Opening quarter. Davis has it in the corner. It's pressured there by Reese. Coleman back in the corner. Good find down by the block. Davis floats it up, missed the shot. Elisini, another rebound for him. Payne guarding Elisini. Reese with Coleman on him. Chisels in, foul, goes to the line.
Great drive there by Keenan Reese, using his height advantage over Coleman to try to get to the hoop. Nice hard drive, got the contact and the foul.
Second foul on Coleman. Too strong on the first. That's the thing, Nick. Free throws always come down to be massive at the end of the game.
Especially in this crosstown rivalry game. They just get magnified a lot more.
Missed them both. Hernandez fights for it. And it's off the shoot top of Coleman. Now Coleman at the free throw line, kicks out, shot for three, no good. Put up by Coleman. That was Nile that put it up. Little left-handed shot. Eves into the lane, no shot. On the floor, the foul was called. Don DeLeo doesn't like the call. Thought it was on the shot. Timeout taken by Peddie, I believe. Joe Rulwich takes the timeout. If you miss any of tonight's action, read about it in the Trentonian or Trentonian.com, on the newspaper that serves Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It is the Trentonian. Simplicity Funeral and Cremation Services at the Glacken Chapel is proud to support this broadcast of Mercer County basketball, located in the heart of Hightstown. Simplicity is dedicated to serving families in the community with compassion and care. They understand making funeral decisions is never easy. Their experienced staff is there to walk you through the process step by step to ensure that everything's carried out in a dignified and simplified manner. Go to their website, simplicityfuneralservices.com. Hightstown ball underneath, down by 1 early in the game. Pass to Eves. Eves lost it. Payne with a steal. Eves gets it back, floats it up, no good. Long rebound, tipped out. Eves missed the shot again. Was pressured by Davis from behind. Don't think he got a hand on it. Stop and pop, and knocks it down. Payne. That was filthy. Little contact and a foul call. That's now 4 fouls on Peddie, being a little overzealous. Hightstown is yet to pick up a foul. First foul on, second foul looks like on Coleman. Elisini looking around, fires into the corner, dribble drive, Reese tries to kick it out back up top, but it's stolen away by Payne, lobs it ahead for Coleman, who scores the layup. Another turnover, Nick.
They keep making too many passing mistakes there, mental mistakes. They're trying to just force a lot of passes down low, and Pettie's been all over it defensively tonight, and they're taking those turnovers and turning them into transition points.
Peddie just got another turnover on the inbound. Orlando tried to lob it in to no avail. There's a lob in. It's a foul. First foul. Elisini was a little too aggressive, trying to catch it over Niall Coleman. (13-8). This could be a big stop. If Hightstown can get it. Coleman inside, kicks out into the corner, back up top on the wing, shot for 3, in! Another triple. Niall Coleman, 16-8. Hernandez up to Singh. Singh almost got trapped there on the wing. Reese puts it on the floor, dribbles in, kicks out into the corner. Singh, that's a 3 and it's short. Rebound picked up by Cowell. Coleman makes a move, gets inside, scores with a left hand. Don DeLeo letting them play through it, but right now the Rams struggling. It's now 18-8. Eves gets it stolen away. Layup good. Coleman again. Hightstown, I think he's going to need to talk it over. Reese steps in, some contact, kicks out to Singh. Elisini trying to make a move. It's almost another steal. Elisini ends up with it, gets fouled, and it's a charge. Arav Singh going to come in for Hightstown. Evan Cepeda coming in as well for Hightstown. See if those changes help Hightstown out. Pass to the left, now towards the corner. Shot for 3, got it! Payne adds another 3. Cepeda's got to get it in, and he barely does. Eves throws it to no one. Behind the back pass, Davis picks it up in the front court, drives in, little floater, good. Don DeLeo needs a timeout, and it was needed a few minutes ago. because Hightstown has melted down. It's now 25-8 opening quarter. My goodness. Experience the future of basketball at InterDrive Hoops in Robbinsville. State-of-the-art climate control facility, perfect for anyone looking to get better and faster, from beginners, college teams, from group clinics, private training. InterDrive Hoops has it all. Shoot up to 500 shots in 30 minutes using their automated shooting machines. Train where some of the best players do in New Jersey. idhoops.com, idhoops.com. InterDrive Hoops, the future of basketball training. And we're sponsored as always by the Italian People's Bakery, 63 Butler Street, for the rolls, deli meats, and the pastries. 63 Butler Street, place to go for the best hoagies, finest dessert trays for any get-together. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. Car inventory in Mercer and Bucks County's all-new Hyundai of Trenton. All types of models, new pre-owned cars. Hyundai of Trenton has the inventory ready for delivery. 1655 North Holden Avenue in Ewing Township. Hightstown out of the timeout rather quickly. And they need to get things going. Singh gonna inbound it. Waiting for Eves, gets it in. Eves will go up the floor with it. Eves gets in, floating shot won't go. Oh, but a late foul is called. See who that's on. So it was on the shot.
We're going to get number 12, Kai Romaine, on the foul there.
Just checked into the game. Eves missed. Hernandez coming back in. Singh coming out for Hightstown. One of two. Minute 2 seconds, opening quarter. Payne passes right. Kowal with it. Coleman over to Romaine. Very long three. It's short. Just grazes the rim. Kick back out. Shot it for three. Is good. Zach Davis. Incredible. This Peddie team does not look like a team even close to being under 500. 30 seconds to go first quarter. Pass out, floating shot off glass, good by Arav Singh for Hightstown, but it's 28-11. Davis pulls up another three, in and out. Leaping up to grab it is Reese. 13 seconds to go. Reese moves in on Davis, and he scores off the glass. Payne has 4 seconds, 2 seconds, stops, kicks out, stolen away. Elisini at the buzzer, off the glass. Very, very good first quarter for Peddie. All over Hightstown, 28-13. Back with the second quarter after this.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey. 1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
On On to the second quarter, 28-13, and 5 3-pointers in that first quarter, and Peddie went on a 15-0 run at one point. That really was the huge difference, Nick, as we get underway second quarter.
Yeah, it was a great quarter for Niall Coleman, who just shot the lights out. And Peddie's been the more aggressive team so far, Keith. They seem to just want it a little bit more tonight.
Off glass, great touch by Payne. And they are pressuring the ball on the inbounds as well, which they've created a couple of turnovers. Reese gets around Davis, and Davis, a little too aggressive, got called for the foul. Press seemed to work for him in that first quarter, and they got out in transition, got open shots, but they even made the tough shots, which is more impressive.
Yeah, a lot of deep shots, too, from the three, and they've really hit the shots on their wing and been very aggressive early on for Peddie.
Reese, that's a three. Just a little long off the back iron. And rebound is tipped to Eves, who puts it back up and in. 15-point deficit for Hightstown. Payne right into the lane, lost it. And a whistle, and I believe they call a block. It's a little out of control. It'll be the first on Reese. Into the corner, that's a three, and it's short. This shot by Romaine. 1 minute gone by second quarter. Hightstown trying to cut into this deficit. It's the Hightstown Cup. Hightstown won it last year. Eves lost it out of play, trying to drive to the hoop. I was just going to say, we'll see if Don DeLeo wants to start to press a little bit, but Davis was left all alone. Pass to the left, Payne guarded by Hernandez. Good defense. Payne gets around him, kicks it back out, and a charge. Nothing more than Don DeLeo likes than when his team takes charges. Well, maybe winning, probably. But outside of that, big play in a game, change the momentum. Sing to inbound, guarded by Romaine. Tries the baseball pass, Romaine knocks it down, missed the layup. Payne fires it back up on a second chance opportunity, he missed. Could have been very costly again for Hightstown, but that time they caught a break. Reese drives in, left hand, missed the shot. Out of bounds on Peddie. Don DeLeo calling out a play. Trying to get Reese open, and violation is called. Coleman was too close to the pass. Eves launches it up. He missed the shot. Looked like a foot was on the line there anyhow. Would have been a long two. Stop and pop. Payne can't hit. Eves a rebound. See if Reese can get going. Working on Coleman. Steps in. Floating shot. In and out. They go to the line. Officials getting together, talking about something. Good officiating crew here tonight. Up and good on the first. Hightstown, they got a couple of subs. Ben Duverglass in the game for the first time, and Jason Whitlock. Duverglass going with two different sneakers there. Good job by Reese. It's 30-17 now. Hightstown climbing back in. They've really clamped down on defense first couple of minutes here. Coleman dribbling right. Elisini guarding him. Wide open three. Missed. Wide open Romaine. And could not quite convert. Elisini working off a screen, drives in. Off the window, won't go. Davis picks up a rebound. 5:30 left. Davis steps into a three, knocks it down. Can't leave him wide open.
Robert Eves falling asleep there on defense, was down by the perimeter, couldn't keep up with Davis there, came up to shoot that one.
And he's already shown a lot of ability to make that shot. Into the corner. That's a three for Hightstown, way off. Rebound, Duverglass missed as well. Fight for it. And it's Coleman coming away with it. They've got the numbers. Into the corner. Back up top, Kowal. Coleman again. In and out. Caught everything but went down. Reese, one-on-one with Davis, steps in and missed it. Good defense to disrupt the shot by Davis. Payne behind the back dribble. Highlight film shot, but he missed. Elisini drives into the lane. He got fouled and will get to the line.
Well, back and forth we go, Keith. A lot of drives, hard drives so far in this first half by both teams trying to get that transition offense going. And Peddie's been really fast on the break. They've gotten numbers. The Hightstown has gotten behind. And they really got to continue to clamp down, but they're slowly still in this game. They just got to get Peddie to play a little bit slower offensively so Hightstown can set up and try to stop the fast break from Peddie.
Another missed free throw. One of two. 33-18. Peddie with the lead off of a very strong first quarter. Another corner three. This time it's drained. Romaine hits the triple. 36-18. Reese fires a three. In and out. Seen a lot of shots like that, Nick. In and out for both teams.
Yeah, especially this quarter. It's really happened.
Payne in the lane. Fires to the corner. Shot for three. Kowal missed. Long rebound. Goes to Duverglass. Lob pass into the lane. Stolen away. Romaine has played a lot of nice minutes. Gets the steal that time. Don DeLeo calling out a defensive set. Davis setting a high screen for Coleman. Coleman kicks it out into the corner. Romaine dribble drive, layup miss. Nicely contested by Duverglass. Keenan drives in on the block and one! Boy, did Hightstown need that. For the three-point play. Perfect. Singh coming in, Eves coming in. Elisini and Whitlock coming out. No, Elisini stays in there. Reese is coming out after that big play. There's conversation with Don DeLeo. Not sure what that's about. So looks like Andrew McDade coming in for Hightstown instead of Eves. Coleman with it. Deep in the front court. Elisini gives him up. Hernandez pressures the ball. Shot for three. Canned. Again. Romaine. This is one of the better shooting three teams that I've covered all year. Payne steps in and fires a three. He missed. Romaine had it, was knocked out off of his knee. Nick, this Peddie team, when they're firing from beyond the arc, Man, are they good.
I was watching them in warm-ups, Keith. They were making 4 or 5 threes in a row with ease. Every single player was coming to the line. They were just draining the three one after the other.
Eves back in. 39-21. And Hightstown, you almost feel like is going to start to need to make some threes of their own to get back in. Eves, nice post move, scores off the glass. Davis gives way to Payne. Now back to Davis. Davis thought about a really long three. Why not with the way that they've been shooting? Payne looking to set something up. Singh is on him. Got it knocked away. Singh ends up with it. There's a steal for Hightstown. Alessini looking around, gets it into the front court, out on the right wing. Alessini dribbles back left up top. Alessini tries to move in, gets into the paint and puts it in. Hightstown offense starting to heat up a little bit. Coleman directing traffic by the logo. Dribbles inside to the lane, puts in the layup. Minute 40, second quarter from Hightstown. The Hightstown Cup on the line. Alessini again, left hand, doesn't get the roll off the rim. Fight for the rebound, out they say on Eves, who was fighting for it. Minute 34 to go. It's been all Peddie thus far. 41-25. Coleman looking to set something up. Davis pumps, drives in, falling away, blocked by Eves. Good defense by Robert Eves. Rams with it. Alessini, Eves, that's a three, and it's short. Picked up by Coleman. Outlets it to Payne. Payne trying to move in. He lost it, and it's going the other way. Another turnover for Peddie, so they're showing a little bit of some blemishes, but they have played great in this first half. Less than a minute to go. Good high screen by Hernandez. Alessini picks up his dribble on the wing. Singh over to Hernandez. Hernandez moves in, kicks it out. Rob Singh now driving in, and he got blocked. Kowal with a block and then a whistle. So Peddie will have it. First foul on Singh. 30 seconds. Payne passes to the corner. Shot for three. Davis missed. Good box out by Hernandez, but he didn't grab the ball. Kowal grabs it. And he gets it towards the corner. Payne double team there. Baseball pass across the floor. Romine way off on the three. I haven't seen too much of that from Peddie at all. Jackson Boone coming in the game for Peddie. Davis getting a huge ovation as he goes to the bench for halftime. 9 seconds left. Can Hightstown get a bucket? Alessini fell down. 5 seconds, that's a charge. Going the other way, Eves. Good job by Kowal to draw it. Three seconds left in the half. And the Rams going to need to make some adjustments at halftime. Coleman, 1 second, puts on the speed, floater, won't go. All Peddie in this first half from Hightstown. Peddie leading Hightstown 41-25. And we'll take a timeout and come back on the WBCB Sports Network right
This
after.
is Angelo Weiner for your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
It's a new year at Team Toyota, and we're still here for you. With new Toyota models arriving weekly with no markups above MSRP. And with selection. With over 200 certified Toyotas and used cars for every budget, you can drive one home today. And with service. Check out our seasonal specials that will save you time and money. So Happy New Year. We're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or at teamtoyota.net.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, and Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
This is Angelo Honor, your Mercer County Prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
It's a new year at Team Toyota, and we're still here for you. With new Toyota models arriving weekly with no markups above MSRP. And with selection, with over 200 certified Toyotas and used cars for every budget, you can drive one home today. And with service, check out our seasonal specials that will save you time and money. So Happy New Year, we're always here for you at one of our 3 locations in Princeton, Langhorne, and Glen Mills, or at teamtoyota.net.
The Gator, Jerry Blavitt, inviting you to come on by and experience true traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant at 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You're always welcome at the restaurant. I mean, it's like stepping back in time. You feel like you're dining in South Philadelphia or in New York's Little Italy restaurant. You can start the meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. You choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood, steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The restaurant is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private rooms are available for special affairs, plus we do catering. Remember, the Revere Restaurant, 609-882-6365. Again, that's 609-882-6365. Come on home and experience the true taste of Italy at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
New Jersey is home to the best public schools in the nation. And that didn't happen by accident. It's the result of parents, educators, and communities working together year after year to give our students a world-class education, no matter the challenge. Because parents and educators know that with a shared commitment to our public schools, our children can learn, grow, and thrive. And together, we can keep New Jersey's public schools the best in the nation.
Your vehicle is in good hands at Haldeman Collision, Route 33 in Hamilton Township. They do it all at Haldeman Collision. Minor dents and dings, bumpers, windshields, major body, and frame damage. Free estimates, 24-hour towing, most insurance accepted, and loaners available. Haldeman Collision works with all makes and models. They'll go out of their way to getting your car back in brand new condition. Haldeman Collision, conveniently located 20 minutes from Langhorne, Princeton, Ewing on Route 33 in Hamilton Township. 1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports in Bucks and Mercer counties.
Welcome back to Hightstown. Keith Noonan alongside Nick Gallagher with you tonight from Hightstown, and Peddie played a phenomenal first half, shooting and otherwise, and they're up 41-25. They've hit 7 3-pointers, Nick. Peddie has to Hightstown's goose egg 3-pointers. So they're going to need to make some adjustments here, whether it be defending that 3-point shot or maybe start to fire up a little bit. Your take.
Yeah, absolutely. So you got half your points are coming for Peddie from the 3-point line. The best thing you could do for Hightstown, I don't think they will, if they switch to a zone, maybe a 2-3 zone, just to kind of get their guys spread out. It's possibly the best way to kind of counteract the three-pointer that Pettie's been coming at you.
Singh gets the inbound in. We're underway. Second half, a fight for the Hightstown Cup. Both these teams less than a mile away from each other school-wise. Good takeaway by Davis, who's back in the game and set out the final minute or so of that first half, but he wreaked havoc and he's looking to continue, and he does. Another three for Davis. Good high screen by Hernandez. Fans for Peddie wanted a foul. Almost another takeaway. Hernandez, that's a three to match. He can't hit. Hightstown still looking for their first three-pointer. And Eves, with a nice third effort, puts it up and in. And the officials stop play. But yeah, right now, Nick, trading threes and twos, not going to work out well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Hightstown too, you got to get back in this game quick. Three-pointer is the way to do it, but when it's not falling, Keith, I mean, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, yes, you could shoot them all night if you want, but you're just going to give Peddie the extra possessions, especially if they're going to go out and transition and counter that three and just drive hard to the hoop.
Well, clearly, Davis getting an open three and making it. You got to think that had to be in the conversation at halftime, like, hey, we can't let this guy be open from beyond the arc.
They had a great second quarter, only giving Peddie 11 points in the second quarter. So they really got to continue that defensive pressure.
Coleman stops and fires a jump shot. He's off the mark. Alessini rushes up with it. Singh lobs it down low. Eves on Davis. Eves scores. And gives Davis a little bump afterwards. Stolen away. Alessini down low. Eves got it knocked away by Payne. What a great play. Behind the back dribble. Payne to the rim. Oh, disgusting. Great play all the way around for Payne. Eves trying to work his way in on Davis. Alessini, lob pass down low. Eves having his way down there early. And again, they're worried about the surface down there. It's the second time in about 3 plays. Don DeLeo wiping the floor down there.
I was going to say, not too often you see a head coach for a program doing the dirty work down the floor.
Well, there he is. He's that kind of guy. Davis will hand it back off to Payne. Payne kicks out. Pass shot for 3. No good from Coleman. And Alessini driving in and over Davis. Floats it up and in. And it looks like Raja Coleman a bit shaken up as he hit the ground. And Don DeLeo saying something. That was not a timeout. I believe they just paused it because Raja Coleman was kind of shaken up there. And so inbound play upcoming. 46-33. Got to say, outside of that 3, Nick, Hightstown has come out, played some solid basketball. Here's a trap. Coleman gets it up the floor. Coleman pressured by Singh, and it's knocked free. Alessini spins away. Passes right. Singh high to the rim, missed the layup. Fight for the ball underneath. It'll be a jump ball. And players scrapping. It's Davis down low. A couple of the players got into it. We should have a technical foul, I think.
Davis had Robert Eves in a tight headlock there in that scram. And the students saw it, everyone saw it.
Probably issue a couple of warnings, but we'll see if there's anything more than that. Yeah, the 2 of them have been battling down low, and there's something to be said about playing tough, especially in an atmosphere like this, and Hightstown being down by so much,
Right.
Nick. You can see the fight and the fire in them right now.
Yeah, they needed something to get themselves going, Keith. And, you know, they're down in the locker room. You're down by double digits there, and you got to get something going. You're on your home floor. You're kind of struggling in this rivalry on your home floor. You don't want to get embarrassed here by Peddie. You don't want them to come in your gym and kind of take things over. Their student section is taken over, and they've been loud all night. And you need something. Maybe this is that little fire you can light under the Rams' cells to get them going here.
So it appeared both teams got warned there, but nothing else comes out of that little scrap. Which you do like to see that too, Nick, where the officials aren't going to tee everybody up and throw people out of the game. It wasn't too much there, and the officials just letting it play, and we'll see how they handle it going forward. It's always difficult on the officials with situations like that. Hightstown keeping the pressure on. Davis gives it back, same set that they've run the past few times. Payne looking to get around Singh. High screen, Payne pulls up, elbow jump shot, can't make it. Long rebound, and it goes right to the feet of Coleman. Passes for Kowal. Davis, that's a long three, got it again! (49-33). Elisini, jump shot from the free throw line, short. Fight for the board, knocked out of Davis's hands, but into Coleman's hands. Kowal long pass. Romaine, back to Davis, another one. Oh, again!
Oh my goodness.
On fire! Man, he is fun to watch.
And a little Madison Square Garden, Trae Young bow to the Hightstown faithful there.
Backcourt.
Well, we were talking about fire for the Rams, Keith. It just as well fired up Davis there.
Yep. Was just going to say, give and go. Coleman high to the rim, and we'll go to the line. Yeah, he obviously is a player that he'll get fired up from stuff like that as well. And he has taken the momentum away. No problem for Niall that time. Seen a couple of players this year hit 3 straight threes, and Davis on the cusp of doing that. He just made back-to-back possessions. 4:26, third quarter. Now Coleman, no problem with either one of the free throws. Hightstown again has a lot of work to do. Keenan Reese coming off of an injury, step back three, off the mark. Davis up the floor, coming off back-to-back threes. Good pass down low, and a foul, and back to the line. This time Payne got fouled.
Payne jumping up and down a couple seconds, trying to make sure his teammates saw him wide open, nobody around him. And was able to get the foul there.
One of two from the line. 55-33. Hightstown down. Handoff. Davis got in the way, and it's a backcourt again. That's 2 in just this quarter against Hightstown.
These extra possessions Hightstown's given Peddie has been all game. They haven't really been able to stop it, and Pettie's been very good defensively in creating these extra possessions for themselves.
Payne. Davis. Another three. In and out. Just missed. Would have been 3 straight for him from beyond the arc. Singh picks up his dribble. Got to get it across. Elisini does. Elisini to the rim. Got fouled. Goes to the line. Peddie has just played such a complete game. Making their open shots, playing good defense, causing turnovers. Hightstown, another missed free throw. One for 2 once again. Davis gets himself open, gives it back to Coleman. Lyle Coleman with Elisini on him, passes to no one. Picked off by Singh, one-on-one. Elisini missed the layup. Was disrupted enough by Coleman. And Coleman trying to move inside, floating jump shot off glass, won't go. Reese with a rebound, he needs to get going. Shovels it to Eves. Eves moving in on Cowell, and he can't score. Pretty open for a guy of his size, but missed it. Great move. Davis, another three. Bang! Absolutely incredible. Zach Davis, another three, and a timeout taken, 58-34. It is the Zach Davis Show. If you miss any of tonight's action, read about it in the Trentonian or Trentonian.com. Only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Simplicity Funeral and Cremation Services at the Glacken Chapel is proud to support this broadcast of Mercer County basketball. Located in the heart of Hightstown, Simplicity is dedicated to serving families in the community with compassion and care. They understand making funeral decisions is never easy. They've got an experienced staff. They'll walk you through the process to ensure everything is carried out in a dignified and simplified manner with options to serve every family's needs. SimplicityFuneralServices.com for more information. They hope you enjoy tonight's game. 2:47 to go, third quarter. You're not enjoying it too much if you're a Hightstown Rams fan, because Zach Davis has just about made every three that he's taken. Hope to get you some numbers in a few minutes.
What I don't get, Keith, is Eves has been down low every three that Davis attempts. He hasn't been really on him at all, and he's leaving him open, and he's made all of them in this quarter.
A little bit of a push from Payne.
Now, I get if you're Eves, you're kind of stuck in between, because are you afraid of Davis going down low and getting beat underneath the block, or you want to stay up top and just leave the block wide open for anybody else on the Peddie? You can come back door or swing it down low. So Eves is really in a tough position here, which way to go when it comes to Zach Davis.
Zach Davis comes out for the moment. Cowell on Eves, mismatch, and Eves scores. Well, that's going to be his matchup. Bet you he'll do some more of that. Payne hop step into the lane, stolen by Singh. Eves up to Elisini, baseball pass across the floor, Orlando Hernandez. That was a triple, won't go. Tip back up and in by Eves, nicely done. Robert Eves having a nice game, but as Nick pointed out, hasn't been out there for those threes that Davis has hit, majority of them wide open. Inside, nice move, falling down, got it to go, Payne. Elisini stops, gives way to Singh. Singh got it stolen. Up ahead. Woo! Layup good through contact. Payne again. Easy layup that time. Charge. Robert Eves runs into Cowell. Hightstown fans send the Boo Birds out for Davis, who comes back in. He will haunt them for a while. again. Got to clean up the floor. Get it in. Romaine. Into the corner. Davis for another three. This time it's short. Hightstown will slow it down a bit. Singh with a pass. Picked up a dribble. And a foul. Remain a little overzealous. Reese has come out of the game for Hightstown. Singh back in. Dribble inside, block. Coleman with a block. Zelesini tried to score. Minute 3. Third quarter. Coleman, nice move. Davis straight on. Short for 3. Davis fights and gets his own rebound. Well, he's finally cooled off a bit from downtown. 41 seconds. Dribbling around. Peddie with a big lead. Stop, pop. Fires the jump shot and knocks it down. Niall Coleman. 64-38. And a foul. Singh got hit by Romaine. Inbound over this way. .20 seconds, third quarter. Dribble inside, passing out. Stolen. All the way to the rack. Davis, another bucket. Man, is he good. 4 seconds left and thrown away. 1.4. They say it got tipped. So it'll be Hightstown ball right in front of the bench with 1 second left in the third quarter. And I don't think Hightstown players had any clue how much time was left. They acted as if they had a lot of time. So at the end of 3, 66-38, all Peddie. And it's been all Zach Davis. Back for the fourth quarter after this.
Hi, Merrill Reese for Capital Health, reminding you that the former St. Francis Medical Center is now Capital Health East, and they still offer a 24/7 emergency department as well as outpatient medical clinic services. To enter the emergency department and outpatient clinic, please use the Burt Avenue entrance. Capital Health, proud to be a partner for better health in our state's capital, Trenton, New Jersey.
This is Angelo Honor for your Mercer County prosecutor, and I'd like to take this opportunity to wish all of our Mercer County student athletes the best of luck, and also urge parents to stay involved in your children's school activities. Extracurricular events are a great way to keep your sons and daughters focused, and it does not have to be athletics. They can be involved with the drama club, the school band, even the debate team. An involved student today has a brighter future tomorrow. This message is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, and I hope you enjoyed today's game.
1490 WBCB, Levittown and Trenton, and video stream live at WBCBsports.com. Your home for the best local sports and...
Back for the fourth quarter from Hightstown, Keith Noonan, Nick Gallagher. 66-38, the score at the end of 3. And Zach Davis in that third quarter had 14 points alone, Nick. He's got 21, and he has 6 3-pointers in this one.
He's been lethal from all over the floor tonight, offensively and defensively. Like you said, it's been the Zach Davis show.
Hernandez fires up a 3, missed, but Eves with a tip in. Nicely done. Davis still in there. Gives way to Payne. Payne, nice move. Woo! Floating shot off the glass.
Through 2 Rams defenders.
A technical foul. We'll see who it's on. I didn't see much. And it went against Peddie. These are the kind of things, right, Nick, that you don't want to say that you have the game won, but it looks strongly in your favor.
Yeah.
Why gift the team another possession and points? Even though Hightstown can't take advantage of the first free throw. Evan Cepeda shooting it. Missed them both. But possession, because of the tech, will stay here. Singh will inbound. Elisini working it right. Bounce pass down to the block. Eves spins on Boone, gets inside, puts it in.
See, I don't understand why Hightstown hasn't done that more often. You don't have to do it every possession, just more often. And a lot of times they've tried, and Eves has lost it down there.
Davis gets trapped in the front court. Passes to Cowell, now over to Coleman. Cepeda on him, bounce pass to the left. Davis with Hernandez. Hernandez with a steal. Elisini, nice move. He paused and put it back up. Nice bucket that time, off the turnover. But Hightstown needs plenty more where that came from to get back in this one. Good pass into the corner. Cross-court pass. Romine turns it over for the moment, but it's tipped right back out into Davis's hands. Boone, bounce pass in the lane. Coleman now backs it back out into the front court. Swings it to the corner. All alone. Romine connects on the three. Say what you want, but Peddie has ran their offense. They've gotten open shots, and they've made them. Fakes the long jump shot. Outlets it down to Eves, who had the wide open lay-in. Good assist from Elisini. Davis passes back and forth with Coleman. Breaks the pressure. Gets into the lane. Floating shot left hand off glass, good. (73-46). All Peddie. Hernandez steps into a three. Can't connect. Long rebound by Coleman. Coleman gets across half court with Singh bearing down on him. Into the lane. Almost turned it over. Ball's tipped out of play. Five minutes, 28 seconds. It's a turnover on Peddie. Stands between an 8th straight Hightstown loss. It's almost unfathomable. Good pass by Elisini with another nice assist. Singh, the beneficiary, with a layup. Coleman dancing around and draws a foul. We'll get Elisini on that. I think it's almost hard to believe this team that started so well, and you got guys like Reese and Eves cracking the starting lineup. Hard to believe they're losing 8 straight headed into Mercer County tournament time.
Yeah, it really is, Keith. I mean, even if you win half of those games, your season is a lot better outlook, and everyone might have a little bit different overall outlook.
Davis, another three that he's canned. 7 3-pointers tonight for Zach Davis. Stolen away. Coleman dancing around, fires a jump shot, can't connect, off the front iron. I mean, how about Zach Davis tonight, Nick? What else could you say?
I mean, he's done everything you've asked for. He's matched up against Eves down low. He's shot the ball extremely well, and he's played defense all night.
Gets the stop that time.
And apparently point guard, too.
Yeah, I was going to say he's going to run up the floor. And might have had a clear lane, but instead a timeout taken by Joe Rulewich. 4:17 left to go in the game. Experience the future of basketball at InterDrive Hoops in Robbinsville. State-of-the-art climate control facility, perfect for anyone looking to get better and faster, from beginners to college teams, group clinics, private training. InterDrive Hoops has it all. You can shoot up to 500 shots in 30 minutes using their automated shooting machines. Train where some of the best players do in New Jersey. idhoops.com. idhoops.com, the future of basketball training. Also sponsored by the Italian People's Bakery. Go to 63 Butler Street for the rolls, deli meats, and the pastries. 63 Butler Street, place to go for the best hoagies, finest dessert trays for any get-together. The Italian People's Bakery since 1936. And check out the Trentonian or Trentonian.com, only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It is the Trentonian. Eves still out there for Hightstown, but looks like some reserves in. Looks like a couple of JV players who we don't have the number for Hightstown coming in. They get it in. Nick, you a little surprised some of the starters still out there for Peddie?
Yeah, in this game, and with the score being the way it is, a little bit, but maybe just getting a couple more minutes here, they'll pull everyone out here.
Singh dribbles right, gives off. Shot for three, it's short. Put up by Duverglass, and a jump ball. Don DeLeo letting some of his players get some experience in a game like this, even though the crowd was pretty much well taken out of it really early in the game. I think, Nick, really that first quarter, that 15-0 run that they just could not stop, really, I don't think Hightstown's really recovered.
No, they really haven't. It was about halfway through the first quarter, and they really haven't looked back. Hightstown was in it early, and Peddie just kind of stepped on their throats and kind of took over, went on the run, and things kind of progressed from there quite fast.
I mean, it was the shooting ability by Davis and others, but Hightstown don't think has made a three in this game, and when you have a team shooting the three at that high of a level, you almost have to try to match them.
Yeah, and the way Niall Coleman was shooting in the first quarter, we thought it was going to be a Niall Coleman show. But then you have their 1,000-point scorer, Noah Payne, to watch out for, and he kind of cooled off. He scattered his points throughout the night, but then Davis kind of just took over for this game, and they didn't know how to defend him all night.
Kowal passes up top, spinning inside. Pass to the corner. And now back to Payne. Payne, wide open three. Way too many of those tonight left wide open, and these guys on Peddie are going to make them. Nice move by Eves. Nice post move as he gets inside. Robert Eves has really been the bright spot for Hightstown tonight. Boone. Kowal steps into another wide open three. Misses it off to the right. Hightstown hustling up. Ball knocked away, goes out of bounds on Kowal. And looks like reserves coming in now for Peddie with 2:39 left. Rafi Thompson in the game. Romine still in the game. Jungwoo Park in the game for the first time. Fired a shot in the corner, no good. Air ball missed everything. Caden Mamone in the game for Hightstown for the first time, and a whistle. Confusion with who had the ball there, I guess, and get the inbound in. Rafi Thompson trying to dribble around, and good fight for it. Ethan Campbell also in for Peddie. That was the 7th Rather, that's the 5th team foul on Hightstown. No, now they put up 6. So it's 7 for Peddie and 6 fouls against Hightstown. Moves inside, kick out. Shot goes in. Ethan Campbell with a corner 3.
It's been that kind of night for Peddie.
That's it. Everything going in from behind the arc. It's almost one of those things, what can you do? Nice, tough shot by Mamone. Romaine, who's played a nice game as well. Park. Into the corner. How about another one? This one a little long. Saved for the moment. Out of play. Campbell was trying for a second one. 1:20 left. From the beginning, it's been all Peddie. Romaine inside the paint and a blocking foul. Certainly a lot of disappointment for Don DeLeo's group.
Yeah, especially after last year's contest, Keith, I mentioned very briefly in our pregame, it was such a close game. It was only a 1-point Hightstown win. And you're on your home floor tonight, expect big things. And again, Peddie just came in here and dominated you for pretty much the opening tip.
Yeah, they had a couple of minutes back and forth early on, and then a 15-0 run in that first quarter set the two teams apart, and Hightstown had played some solid minutes elsewhere. Blocked shot for 3. And then going up, there's a foul on Boone. Ethan Bandel goes to the stripe. Oh, the highs and lows of being in the superfan section. These Hightstown fans, you'd like for somebody else to just knock down a 3 if they get the opportunity. Park kicks out, shot for 3 short. Romaine. 46 seconds to go. Peddie going to collect their 10th win of the season, and this is a fun one for them. Into the corner, long jump shot, way long. Hightstown keeps it for the moment, stays in play. Bandel kicks it left, driving in, 25 seconds. And good fight, looks like a foul. Bandel drew the foul, 1-1. Missed the 1-1, and that was a 1-1. So that's a bucket.
You know,
when do you see that?
No.
And
I've never seen that.
And the official did the right thing too. He went up with the fingers and said, "That's 1-1, split apart." So you got to know that.
Well, luckily for Peddie, not too much an issue in this one, but still a lesson learned.
No. 10 seconds left in the game. And a foul. That's one of those that you probably just let go. But the Hightstown Cup after these free throws going to go to Joe Rulwich's team in Peddie. They'll get some redemption for a 1-point loss last season. These schools 0.8 miles away. In and out. That should pretty much do it. We'll see if the Rams can get one more shot. 1 second left. Fires it up. Off the mark. The Peddie School with a victory 83-56 in a game that they dominated basically halfway through the first quarter, Nick, and a dominating win in yet another game in which Don DeLeo's team loses by double digits, and they have lost now 8 straight games.
It's been a tough stretch for the Rams, and congrats to the Peddie School for this one. I mean, like I said in the pregame, that 6 out of their 9 wins have come by double digits, make it 7 of 10 now this year. And Hightstown's got a lot to learn, but you can take away a lot of good learning opportunities and experience from tonight's contest.
No question, and back to the drawing board yet again, and you could certainly give a lot of credit, and you should give a lot of credit to this Peddie team. I mean, it wasn't as if Hightstown was completely outplayed the entire game. It was just a matter of they hit their open shots, and in high school sometimes you don't see that.
No, you really don't. And I mean, go back to that second quarter. There's only 11 Peddie points on the board. They had 28, 11, 25, and 17 to finish tonight's game. And you imagine, Keith, I mean, I mentioned all the scoring they do. If they only made maybe 10 more points in that second quarter, I mean, this game could have been really, really bad. But luckily, you know, Hightstown did compete for a little bit. They had some opportunities. They were not able to get back in this one as Peddie and Zach Davis took things over for tonight's game.
And Zach Davis, you mentioned, Zach Davis, I believe he had 23 points as you see him with the trophy now, and that's well-deserved. If there was an MVP trophy, it would go to him. There's no question about that. I mean, Nick, talk about that third quarter. He had 14 points in just that third quarter. He made 7 threes on the night and about 25 points, so he was just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, he did everything you could ask him to do. He defended their big man, Robert Eves, for the Rams and took care of him. And he came up the three-point line and consistently made his jumpers when they were open. Eves kind of fell asleep, I mentioned, down low and left him open all night. And he played all around. He was kind of getting his teammates involved. He was in the right spot at the right time, and that's what good teams do. You take advantage. Yes, Peddie finished the season 10-13 here, but those learning opportunities are going to be really good for them going into next year, which half the roster, Keith, is more juniors than seniors, so they're not losing a lot. They're getting a lot of players back that contributed to this team next year, so expect big things for them going into 2023-2024.
Robert Eves with 18 points in the losing effort. And the final score, once again, 83-56. Thanks to Brianna Neal, who produced this live stream. Thanks to Nolan Buser, who was here as well with the game coverage and doing some stats as well for us. Thanks to all these sponsors making this live stream possible. Capital Health System, Haldeman Ford Subaru, the Revere Restaurant, Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Team Toyota, the Trentonian Simplicity Funeral Home, Inner Drive Hoops, the Italian People's Bakery, Hyundai of Trenton, as well as Mako and Ewing. For my broadcast partner, Nick Gallagher, this is Keith Noonan saying so long from Hightstown as they fall to Peddie 83-56 on the WBCB Sports Network.